Hello everyone, this is Michael Ruff, and this is my first 2-minute drill. And in this 2-minute drill, I will be commenting on a article from the Sports Business Journal entitled "Rise of Fantasy Football Played Big Part in League's Growth" by Brett McCormick. And in this article, Brett really talks about how he first gives the origins of fantasy football and then how they have done a big part in driving fan engagement in the sport of football. He quotes a statistics from the Fantasy Sports and Gaming Association that 64% of fantasy sports players watch more live sports than those who don't because of their fantasy league engagement. And this is a good way to keep fans interested, even though teams may be having difficult seasons or just things aren't going right. But this brings up the question as to whether this fan engagement is good for individual franchises who may have fans coming to the stadiums, but are they rooting for the team that they usually would be rooting for, or are they rooting for the player that they have in their league that week? So that's one interesting aspect of fantasy football, and that fan engagement aspect as to whether or not people are really rooting for the team that they usually would be in that respective market. And then lastly, fantasy is in many sports. Being able to leverage that fan engagement, what's really driving that interest in fantasy football will be a big part in finding ways to increase engagement in other sports.